Tuscaloosa. It'll be a fun regional, and especially for me, I have some friends coming here, so I'm excited about that. And just welcome and roll tide.
Anything else?
Same thing, just welcome to all the teams. It's going to be a really exciting regional, especially because we have some new faces coming to Tuscaloosa, and it's exciting for me because it's going to be a Pac-12 team coming, and so it's really nice to have those California girls and the West Coast come and experience Tuscaloosa.
Thank you, guys. We'll go ahead and get questions.
Leon, just because you kind of just brought it up, obviously in past years, really the last decade or so, Pac-12 has been, the power of softball. But obviously this year, really in the last few, the SEC has come on. As somebody that's from that area, I guess, how have you seen that kind of change, that the SEC kind of come on and be as dominant it has?
I think it definitely has to do with a lot of girls branching out more, like the West Coast girls, and definitely has to do a lot with like football, the programs in the SEC bringing so much money to the SEC so that we can develop better programs, better facilities. Like a lot of stuff out here, a lot of West Coast people and schools don't have what we have out here, and so for those girls to experience that and come out here and visit and see all the great things we have, it makes them more enticed to come here, so it's really spreading the talent around the board.
Patrick, just kind of talk about the growth of the SEC, 8 of the 16 seeds from this conference.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. When we started 20 years ago, we were at a city park, and I told all our recruits at the time, we're waiting for everybody to build their stadium, and then we're going to build the best one. And so we've been in this facility, I think, for 17 years, and it's the largest softball facility in the country for Division I. And we're really proud of the facility, the support staff, and the crowd, and it's huge. And you still got to give it to the Pac-12. They were the ones that kind of started softball. UCLA, Arizona, Cal's won a national championship. Washington's won a national championship. Arizona State. I mean, they're all traditionally really, really good. But then I'll echo what Leona said. Just the amount of support that we get from administrators and schools, it just spreads down to every sport. And you can just look on Fifth Avenue, see the tennis facility, which was named the best tennis facility in the country a couple years ago. Our stadium was named the best softball stadium about 5 years ago. And then you have the softball facility, or the soccer facility across the street. And it just is very, very, when kids come and see that, they're drawn to it.
Coach, just talk about the growth of softball in this state. There's 5 teams from this state in the region.
Yeah, and that was the other thing I was going to say, so thank you.
Yeah.
Just the level of the talent. First, the coaching. And, the people in this state are very, very smart. You probably have to start with all the football coaches, and then it kind of trickles down to almost every sport. And we're in a weather state that we should be good at softball and baseball. And so all these summer ball programs, the high school programs, all these kids filter down. And then all of a sudden, when I started, there was probably 5 summer ball teams in the state. And now there's probably 10 in the Tuscaloosa County. I mean, it's just exploded. So the level of coaching, the experience, we were always afraid to go play Pac-12. And now, when those teams come here, it's a totally different feel. So we've definitely closed the gap, and we might be passing them.
Leona, are you the only student athlete that doesn't have a Twitter, and why not?
I think so, but I think Mary, one of our freshmen, also doesn't have social media. But I just try and keep social media to a limit because nowadays everybody's just so addicted to it, and I like the fresh air, so and actually interacting with people. So
how do you feel about dugout props and this thing that's kind of blown up with people?
Yeah, well, I've never allowed it, and we've never done it, and I think it's kind of you take on the personality of the coaches, and all our coaches aren't, we didn't feel or see the need for it. And then I think the team was 100% in agreement that we didn't need it or we didn't want to do it. So I'm kind of glad that ruling came down.
You do have a biscuit, though.
It's edible.
Coach, when you look around the regional and you see Mandy, you see Kelly, and what does that mean to you, I guess, to see former players?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, Kelly's, I think, on that wall over there when you first come in. Obviously, still one of the all-time greats here by far, you know, probably top 2, 3 in our history. And anybody that can be the MVP of the National Pro Fast Pitch League in her like 13th season, she still got it. She probably could still hit bombs here, which she probably will this August. And then Mandy, you know, that's a dream come true for her to be in postseason play, because I remember, you know, it was almost like when she played for us, we had, you know, we knew she was a great athlete, and we kept telling her, look, it's going to happen, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And then at the end of her sophomore year, she came in for a meeting. She goes, look, when is this going to happen? I want it to happen now. And then that junior year, I think she had 12 home runs and like 52 RBIs, and she was awesome for us. Started almost every game. And with her program, that's kind of the same way. You got to face the adversity, you have to go through the trials and tribulations. And then this year, you know, they won the regular season, they won the championship of the tournament, and then they're here. And I had a feeling that she had won, they were coming here, because it's so close and it's the first time. So it's really cool that she's here. Kretschmann, Kat Osterman, and then, you know, Diane Neinmeyer. We've known each other for years and years and years, and I think she was in the Hall of Fame before I even started coaching. So you know that she's been doing it for a long, long time and doing great things at Cal.
Kind of really a lighthearted question, and I'd like to get the players' responsibility. Obviously, when you think about the coaching staffs here, you know, just at this regional, if you pair the coaching staffs against maybe the all-star team of the players, how do you think that would work out?
Well, with Kat Osterman pitching, she'd probably win. I mean, she probably still could do it. You'd have Kretschmann in center field, Michelle Moultrie in left field, Erin Aravallo, the pitching coach at Samford, she'd be another pitcher. Mandy would be in right field. It's a pretty. Stephanie Van Brakel is a pitcher. Allie is first baseman. It'd be a good team.
Yeah.
Does that put you on the
I don't
hot
want to face
corner?
them.
Say, I would not want to.
I don't want to face them. We'd rather play their teams than them.
Patrick, does it make you feel maybe a little old to have all these former?
Yeah, a
players?
little bit. But thanks for bringing that up. No, I mean, with Mandy, she was such a good kid when she played, and she won us our first SEC championship with a play at Mississippi State. There was a runner at third, and there was a fly ball to right field, and it was like a sinking Texas leaguer, and I was like, and it was going to be fair. So everybody in our dugout was like, oh God, there goes the lead. And she comes out of nowhere, catches it, she played volleyball, does a volleyball roll, gets up and throws a strike to Ashley Holcomb at home, double play, we win the championship. And to this day, that's why we won our first SEC championship, that play. And just her hard work, perseverance, her grit, I think that has translated to her team.
Talk about Mandy, she credits you with kind of following your model, you know, what you started here and, you know, what she's done at Samford. How would you kind of compare what she's done in 4 years, 5 years at Samford to what you did when you started here?
Well, you know, every school has different challenges, and obviously she's a private school, smaller enrollment, FCS, correct? Football or no?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's a smaller budget, and it's a pretty darn good school. So she's got issues with that. With, you know, you have to have a specific GPA, test score, all those things. But she's done it the right way too. And I think she's finally got her kids in there that are following her lead. They're buying in. The culture is starting to create itself to success. That's kind of what we tried to do. We weren't gonna, you know, if we were gonna miss on a kid, we were gonna miss on talent, not character, because we didn't want a bad seed in the program. And you know, we've never gotten rid of anybody. They've always stayed with us, graduated, and I think she's doing the same thing.
It's gratifying to know that people are, your tree is following, you know, the coaching tree now, and that they're following your model.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. And you know, she was one of those kids that she had to be a role player for 2 years. And I think, you know, Kretschmann obviously started from day one, and she basically said, I want to play there. And I said, okay, because she was that good. And but Mandy was one of those kids that had to work her way into it. And I think that translates into good coaching too, because it didn't come easy for her. She had to work her butt off. And I think good coaches are like that.
Sydney like that?
Sydney Littlejohn? Oh yeah.
Did she have to work her way into this role?
Absolutely. I mean, I can remember after her freshman year, she came in and she said, and and without, she was very shy about it. She didn't come in and, but she worked her way to, can I start? Can I be a starting pitcher? Because her first year, basically, all she did was close. She was our saves leader, and she'd come in and close the game. And I said, well, you earn it. You don't deserve anything. You got to earn what you get. And she worked her way. And now, the things that Steph has done with her and what she's done, it's a great year.
So would you see, an underclassman, somebody come in younger than you, and like Alexis did? I know y'all are friends, of course. So, but when you see her do what she did last year, I mean, that was an established ace on the staff. You've kind of retaken that role a little bit. I guess, did you change your mindset going into the year? Did you approach it any different, trying to take that on?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say like I changed anything. Of course, I was very happy for Alexis, and I mean, y'all saw Maddie come in our last game, and she did awesome, and that makes my heart happy. That's what I want to see. I mean, I love it whenever I have a good game, but seeing them have a good game makes me happy as well. And I think my attitude this year was like, I only have 2 more years left, and it kind of hit me this summer where I was like, wow, 2 years, it's not a long time. So I got hush. But and I took it from the seniors too, as you can see. But it was just kind of like, what's there to lose? Just go out there, have fun. You've been in the stages before. You have the experience. Why not just go have fun with it? You have great teammates. Trust them. Go do your thing. And that's just kind of been my mindset this year.
Leon, what have you seen in her?
I've definitely seen Sydney step up to a lot of big roles. I mean, coming in as a freshman, she was pitching behind Leslie, Jackie Trina, and all those years she could have just like sat back and, taken on a role of, oh yeah, I'm gonna let them do it. But no, she's taken that step, and anytime we needed her, she stepped up to the plate and she's finished games for us. And I mean, she even came out and started games and finished them, and she just looks great this year. And I see every time she comes on the mound, she brings like confidence to our circle and to the infield, and it's great to see her like that because she's just a junior. And yeah, she's an upperclassman, but I feel like this year she really took on that lead role as a pitcher, and it's great to see coming out of a junior, and she's just doing awesome this year.
Patrick, as much as you're willing to share, what is your pitching plan for these 3 games or more?
I'm not willing to share anything, Tommy. I think we have 3 very capable pitchers that everybody's confident behind. And Maddie, that was just a shot for everybody, what she did at the SEC tournament. I think everybody's 100% behind her as well. So this is like one of the best years, I think, coming into it, that we can kind of flip a coin almost, and everybody would be confident in who's out there.
Let's do 1 or 2 more questions.
Sydney, I'll ask both of you. Coming off the SEC tournament, that last game you guys were so close. How anxious are you to get back out on the field? And actually, has it been a long week?
I mean, for me, I'm always anxious to get on the field. I'm always wanting to get on the field because of the fact that I am a senior and I only have a couple games left. But I think we have to take the good from that game and try and learn from the bad, and then just take on this new regional as a whole new mindset. We got to come out on fire, and we have to have the 3 things that Murph always says: good starting pitching, key hits, and clean defense. And as long as we have that, we're going to be fine.
I think coming off that last game, especially for us as a pitching staff, we took it and we looked at all the things we did, saw what we need to work on, and we have been preparing for that this whole week, watching film, doing all the things that we need to do. And it's a new season. Postseason is a new season, and so we're all excited that we get a clean slate, get a fresh start, and we're just ready to go at it.
Any other questions? Go ahead.
Yeah, very possible we're going to have rain delays this weekend or tomorrow in particular. What do you do to pass the time during a rain delay for the 2 players?
Tell them what we did at SEC.
Oh yeah, we did do. I thought you were talking about Mississippi State, or no, South Carolina. But yeah, we played kickball last time, so hopefully we're not going to do that because some people got a couple bruises from kicking the ball so hard. But we try not to do too much so that we don't waste our energy, because rain delays can affect the game. It can make you tired, or it can make you lackadaisical when you come back out. And so we just try and chill and get ready when that time is called for us to get back on the field. Try and come out on fire.
For the pitchers, we didn't exactly play kickball. We played cornhole.